Matching hundreds. It's a coach. You're set for Madden football on EA.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Green 18. 54. Right 54. Let's go, G. Let's go. Green 89.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
It's tough to be an offensive lineman in Green Bay because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knows how to keep plays alive and often extends them for 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. But David Bakhtiari, his left tackle, he does it as well as anyone could ever expect. Excellent footwork. Knows that the plays are going to stay alive for a long time. Often will get 2 or 3 blocks on the same play.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason runners are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big clip.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
A big play there, Ryan to Jones, 42 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 24 carries, 121 yards.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there. But they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
7 yards there and a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Ryan's pass taken in by Ridley and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Now Ryan on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. This one complete to Devin Funchess. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Rodgers. This complete to Jones. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a 2nd down. Nothing on EA Sports. Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And again, it's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. This is Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain that time, but it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. That's complete to his tight end, Ferkser. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
They cannot hold us.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Mason Crosby on for the field goal. A 20-yard.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They run. It's Gurley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
To throw is Ryan. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, and it's third down. Now it's Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Hey, 25! Be a long day for you.
Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, echo.
On first down, Ryan. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
57 Mike. 21. Hey, express.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now it's Ryan. And he will find his big tight end over the middle.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Going to flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Ryan. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So this drive spans 7 plays, and the Falcons score to cap it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just get against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. It's caught by Funchess. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Here comes Grant on the return. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Ryan, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The throw right sideline here is complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And now a pass dumped off to his running back. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. The 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Rodgers now on first down. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers to throw again. Open man is Higgins. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. To throw is Rodgers. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over.
And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Packers pick it up.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Jones has it. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Give them 32 on the play.
21.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. Good move by Gurley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Gurley. And an alley to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Gurley dances by him. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now it's Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
It's our time. It's our time.
On 1st down, Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. On that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Throwing is Rodgers. Now a desperation throw into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47, and that will write a finish to this ball game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed.
Str8t-gre8tness7's, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I get support. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better. You will never find. Like groceries, competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Putting live from the winner side, ready try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase up the dreams. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase up the dreams. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase up the dreams. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. great colored coops. Uno, no, I can't be number 2. MVP, the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard. On the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do?